Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Former Vice President Joe Biden paid a visit to Fargo this afternoon to campaign for North Dakota Senator Heidi Heitkamp at the Fargo Air Museum. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz was there and has more for us this evening. Rose?
Yeah, Andrea, Senator Heitkamp was welcomed by a very high-energy crowd as she touched on health care issues, representing farmers, and the importance of getting that vote out. Then former Vice President Joe Biden came and touched on many of those same issues with some jabs at the other side.
But lately, there seems to be too many of our Republican colleagues who sort of lost their nerve because of gerrymandering, because of unlimited spending. So they end up protecting the president or choosing party over standing up for the things that I know they believe.
And I spoke to many of the crowd goers who tell me health care is a huge issue for them, and they were glad to hear Heitkamp, Biden, as well as the other politicians from their pre-show touch on that. I was able to ask Heitkamp if she thinks the current political climate will make it harder to win this election than the last election. But she says she believes she'll be successful because she paid attention to North Dakota constituents in her past 6 years in office. Andrea?
All right. Thank you, Rose, for that live report. This kicks off Heitkamp's Bring It Home Heidi tour. They're set to visit more than 20 towns across 2,000 miles of North Dakota. We'll have more on Joe Biden's trip to Fargo tonight on Valley News Live at 6. The Moorhead Police Department is asking for your help finding 15-year-old Carissa Butcher. Butcher is believed to be a runaway. Police describe her as being 5'4", 150 pounds with long dark hair, and she has an arrow tattoo on her right forearm. If you have any information on where she might be, you can call the Red River Regional Dispatch Center 701-451-7660. Authorities say alcohol played a role in a crash that sent a woman to a Fargo hospital. It happened last night around 7, just 6 miles north of Bemidji. Laura Kirk of Bemidji turned in front of another car, causing the crash. She wasn't wearing her seatbelt and was airlifted to a Fargo hospital. The other vehicle had 3 people inside, including 1 child. All of them were taken by ambulance to a hospital. The rain and snow stayed away for Halloween, but now they're here and moving through the region. Let's find out from Hutch what we can expect tonight. Hutch?
Well, the clouds sure were on the increase through the latter part of our day. And as we take a look at the radar, we do have rain making its way into the northern Red River Valley. Also, a few flakes of snow showing up in blue there. And in Fargo, hit and miss sprinkles are working their way through as we head into the evening. Here is a look at Binford, North Dakota, Highway 1 and Highway 65, and not snow accumulating, but in that area, radar at least is indicating a chance that some of that could be mixing with some snow. Your hour-by-hour forecast shows we're going to have scattered showers, maybe even briefly heavy rain at times. Then as we head through the overnight hours, a few of us, particularly in Lakes Country, will have a chance at seeing some flakes of snow mix in that may even accumulate a little bit on grassy surfaces. Temperatures, as we go through the overnight, will be in the 30s. So a cool and damp evening across the valley tonight. Prepare for that. And we've been talking about snow for Saturday. I'll have an update on where we're thinking that is going to impact here in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. A Bismarck woman is behind bars after allegedly choking a homeowner and attacking a police officer. Last night, authorities responded to a call in Bismarck of a woman throwing a rock at a pickup truck. When police arrived, the homeowner told them 25-year-old Paige Coppinger got into her house and choked her. Police later found the suspect a block away and tried to arrest her. That's when they say she scratched the officer's face. Coppinger was arrested for burglary, criminal mischief, preventing arrest, and assaulting an officer. Water is back on for several West Fargo neighborhoods after it was off for many hours this morning. A city official says a contractor working on the Cheyenne Street construction project turned off a water valve so he could work on a fire hydrant and didn't realize it turned off the water for the entire neighborhoods. Eagle Run and Brooks Harbor were a couple of the neighborhoods affected. Students at MSUM and Concordia can now get free rides to polling sites on Election Day. This comes after the city removed polling places on both campuses. At MSUM this coming Tuesday, 2 shuttles will run from campus between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. And at Concordia, the Student Government Association is arranging bus service to the First Presbyterian Church polling site between noon and 8 p.m. on Election Day. A Clay County judge has dismissed a lawsuit filed by a former Moorhead City Council member who claims the city violated state law when it changed Election Day polling sites after a December 2017 deadline. Mark Altenberg says that the judge ruled the complaint was filed in the wrong jurisdiction and should have been filed with the state Supreme Court. Altenberg says he does not plan to appeal.
This is too much money for a town this small to put on the backs of people. It's going to break people. It's going to absolutely break people.
A multi-million-dollar special assessment proposal in the small town of Gackle, North Dakota, has a lot of people concerned. One called our whistleblower hotline asking why there needs to be such an expensive special assessment on the roads. Valley News Team's Maddie Gelseth went to Gackle and shows us what needs to be done.
These are what the roadways look like in the small town of Gackle, North Dakota.
Our roads are shot. They are beyond being pothole fixed.
Citizens tell me these roadways do need to be fixed, but not for $4 million worth.
I don't feel we need to tear up every street in town and spend $4 million.
Interstate Engineering, the engineers on the project, tell me they're making a conservative effort to get the best and the longest lasting fix for the roadways, but it's not cheap.
There's a lot of people that aren't going to be able to afford it. We have a lot of senior citizens that live one Social Security check to the next.
I have friends in this town that live on $900 to $2,000 a month, and something like this will absolutely destroy them.
Miller says it's a tough financial burden to a few property owners within Gackle, and there are some property owners who don't even live here full time.
Out of 202 property owners in this town, 70 of them live out of the city. A lot of them live out of the state.
But other citizens of Gackle tell me it's an overdue burden that needs to be done, despite the cost. This is because they say it'll decide the future of the town. Reporting in Gackle, Maddie Gelseth, Valley News Live.
Miller and others are trying to get 50% of property owners to sign a petition to squash this assessment before Monday's city council meeting. That's when the proposed special assessment will be discussed. Stick with Valley News Live for updates on this story. And as we mentioned, this story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. So if you need help with an issue in your community, give us a call, 237-6576. You can leave your tip. Winter wheat planting is wrapping up in North Dakota, as are the sugar beet and potato harvests. In its weekly crop report, the Federal Agriculture Department says 96% of the winter wheat crop was seeded, 86% emerged, both near average. Late season harvest reports include 36% for corn, 49% for sunflowers, 78% for soybeans, 93% for sugar beets, and 96% for potatoes. Clay County Solid Waste and the city of Moorhead hosted a waste sort event early this afternoon, trying to put a stop to improper trash disposal in the metro area. Volunteers separated and weighed recycling, plastic bags, food waste, and trash to help them assess whether the recycling program is working. An earlier sort this fall was under a ton of trash, with only 12% of it being recyclable.
It's such an eye-opener for people what's in the trash. I've already had one of our volunteers come up to me and say, you have to see this, you have to see this. I think we have 9 hardy volunteers out here, and they're doing a great job. But yeah, we could always use more people.
Officials say events like this give them a better idea on how to educate people about properly disposing of trash. It's time to put away your golf clubs as Moorhead is shutting down its courses for the season. The Meadows Public Golf Course is now closed, and Village Green will close at the end of the day this Sunday. For more information on golf in Moorhead, you can visit our website, valleynewslive.com. Still ahead tonight.